And we're back at it again with another banger. And we did what's arguably the hardest part about identifying a series of transformations, and that's identifying if there was a turn, right? Because now the C is pointing downwards, DNA is pointing upwards, and there was a turn, there was a rotation, and we got that down. Now, go ahead and pause the video and take a look at these next steps here, right? Did the figure flip or change orientation? When we say orientation, we mean, did it change which way that it's facing, right? We know that we turned first, but from here, now that we know we turned from here, do we have to change orientation again? Should the A, B line segments actually flip this way or whatnot? I don't think so. If yes, then one of the transformations is a reflection. Do you see a reflection here? I definitely don't see a reflection here. It seems like our orientation is where it should be. Our D prime is in the good right place. The C prime's in the right place. A prime, B prime's in the right place, right? State whether the figure was flipped over the x-axis or the y-axis. Now, we already know that we don't need to do any reflections here. We don't need to flip this, right? Where the right orientation is correct here. Our figure is in the right orientation. Did the figure slide? If yes, then one of the transformations is a translation, right? And we have to identify the number of units the figure moved along the x-axis, left or right, along the y-axis, up or down. So we know we rotated, right? Boom, done. Now we know we don't need a reflection. The orientation is correct. Now we have to figure out how much did it slide here, right? Right? We have to slide this figure up here, right? We have to notice that that's why we draw this image. We don't just say, oh, I know the transformations. You have to do one piece at a time, and this is our primed image. We have to get it to the double primed image, right? Choose a point. What's your favorite letter out of these 4 letters, right? Choose a point. I can choose A. I need to get my A prime to my A double prime here. So first I'm going to identify, do I have to move left or right to get to A double prime? Identify that X first, right? I have to move, let me use a different color for this. I'm going to have to move to the left or to the right. I'm going to have to move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the left, right? Is that -4 or +4? It's -4 units, all right? And then I'm going to have to move how many units up or down? That's right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units up, +5. So I know what my translation is now. So now I'm going to write translate, be as specific as possible. Translate 4 units left. Make sure you write it algebraically too. What's happening there? You take your x and you -4. And what's my last piece going to be here? What did I do after I translated 4 units to the left? I translated 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 units up. Which would be what? What would that look like algebraically? If that's x -4 to the left, this would be y. That's right, +5. That's what that looks like there, right? And so the last piece is just saying, prove that what you think by actually graphing the transformations. Make sure your blanks are filled in. And that's actually what we did here. We didn't just say we rotated, we actually proved and we wrote that rotation in there, right? So this is what that work needs to look like, okay? The hardest part, arguably, is this rotation part here, but you can also use, I forget what page it's on. You can also use your rotation notes on page, I believe it's 82. Use those on your packet, page 82, and I also have it, in the slides as well. If you just need to memorize the rules, but also try to turn your paper. I think it's kind of fun. Rotations are kind of fun. Okay. So this is what the work looks like. You have to be as specific as possible when you're rotating. Make sure you talk about the origin, how many degrees. When you talk about translating, you give the verbal and you give the algebraic here, okay? That's what you're going to be doing in the next slide as well. You go ahead and check, try to do the next problem on your own. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I will see you later.